Did Fortnite finally save the ranked game mode? Fortnite have just made the official statement they are removing vehicles, nitro fists, and hireable NPCs from ranked. But why is this such a big deal? It means they are finally splitting the loot pool from pubs and ranked. Rank now has the loot pools and items as competitive and doesn't have all the crazy goofiness that pubs has. People have been asking for this for years now, literally since ranked came out. When Fortnite first announced ranked, a lot of people, myself included, thought this is what we've been looking for the longest time. A actual competitive game mode that's worth grinding with rewards that match your skill and something to play all day, giving stacked games and good competitive experience. Instead, what we basically got was just pubs with, some ranks attached that don't really do anything and all the same crazy items. For the longest time, it meant that pros couldn't even practice for tournaments because you could only run customs on ranked, which meant you had to ban half the loot pool to try and even make it like a tournament. Fortnite has finally decided they're going to change this, but it's only a test. It's only going to be like this until July 18th, so make sure if you're enjoying the new rank changes, you're playing ranked and you're telling Epic on social media. Tell them you want it to stay this way. In case you just don't. Maybe you don't want it to stay like this and maybe you think it's terrible. I personally think this is fantastic for the game. I've been arguing for this for years now. Again, if I want to play with all the fun, goofy stuff with some of my more casual friends, or maybe I want to check out the new collab and I want to use the new Naruto mythic or the new My Hero Academia mythic, I can jump in and play with that in pubs. But if I feel like grinding, I feel like I want to be challenged, I want to verse better players in a more skillful environment, I'm going to jump into ranked, I'm going to grind that and try to rank up. Now, does this actually save ranked though? Does this make ranked worth grinding, and does it make ranked a good game mode, or are things still better with arena? This is a topic I've wanted to talk about for a whole bunch now because I've always been talking about how to make the best rank system possible and how the main thing missing from Fortnite is a proper rank mode. And this is a huge step in the right direction, but does it actually change anything? So first off, I need to actually specify what I think makes a good ranked mode. A good ranked mode would be a mode where you jump in, you verse people of an equal skill to your own. It's hard to rank up and maybe you can rank down, but where you end up is an actual representation of your skill. When you play a lobby, you feel like, you feel like you're being challenged. That guy was pretty good. He wasn't like so good, he just absolutely rolled through me, but I'm not versing AIs or little Timmies where I'm just rolling through them. You would get an actual good lobby that represents your skill level, and you would be somehow rewarded for trying to improve to get better, to get to a higher rank setting. That is all I want from the ranked game mode. That is what most ranked game modes have, like League of Legends, Valorant, Rocket League. A lot of the other competitive game modes have proper rank systems. Now, I need to specify though, I understand that making a ranked mode for a battle royale is far more difficult than these other game modes. If you need to find, let's say it's Rocket League and you're running twos, you only need to find 4 people, 3 other players and yourself to get a proper ranked game mode going. Obviously, it's far easier to find 3 other players in someone's skill level on the same region at one time. That is just far easier than trying to find 99 other players if you're trying to play in 100 lobby of ranked in Fortnite. Now, Apex Legends is the only other battle royale that has had a good ranked mode in my opinion. Call of Duty's apparently was terrible. I don't play too much Call of Duty. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I talked to a lot of people who play a lot of COD and they've said it's not much better. Now, Apex goes through its moments as well. It sometimes has a good ranked mode, but it does end up messing up the tweaks around, actually making it a proper game mode. But at the same time, also Apex only has 60 player lobbies, not 100. And ping is not as big of a deal on Apex. I have played Apex at a pretty high rank level with my friends on like 150 ping, and it's really not the end of the world. I'd rather be low ping, but it's manageable. Fortnite builds, you need to have, honestly, let's be real, under about 50 ping to not have a terrible experience. If you're out there gaming on 50 plus ping, my respect to you, it's tough. I get it, but Fortnite runs into that struggle. So I know it's harder to make a ranked game mode in Fortnite, but it still can be done way better than it currently is. And I want to talk about some of the ways I would improve it and whether it's actually better and we should just go back to arena anyway. First off, I need you guys to let go of the nostalgia that arena was just straight up better. Oh, arena was so good, man. Back in the day when we had arena, I'd get on, I'd grind every day. I loved it. Arena was better. No. Fortnite was better. Let's be honest, a lot of those times you're remembering with arena is just when Fortnite was at a better spot for you. Maybe you're at a point in your life where you enjoyed video games more, Fortnite was still fresh, you were grinding with all your friends, maybe it was lockdown, you didn't really have any other responsibilities. You need to let go of this nostalgia that arena is just better. Arena was better for several reasons, and I will go through them. First off, Siphon. Obviously, the game is way more fun with Siphon. Almost everyone agrees, especially in a competitive setting. Maybe, players in pub lobbies don't like Siphon as much because it lets players play super aggressive and they can't, take down a better player by using a cheesy item because they just fought and now they're low health. I get that. That's why I think there should be no Siphon in pubs. But if we're talking competitively, almost every single competitive player agrees Siphon is better for the game. It's more entertaining, it's more fun, and it's more rewarding for playing smart and taking aggressive trades, losing a bit of health, but still gaining something back. So a lot of what you're remembering with, Arena being better is just playing with Siphon. The second one is the loopholes. The fact that you remember Arena actually having proper loopholes and not all the goofy, crazy items unless they were in competitive. Obviously, during like Stark season with shockwaves, crash pads, RPGs, but those were in competitive and a lot of people liked that. We've now gotten that back though, so we now have that in ranked, which I think will bring it a lot closer in line with having the same experience. Now, the last thing about Arena that I do truly think was better was just having your points display in game and a much simpler way of displaying them. Again, if you got an elim, you got like 1 point or 10 points depending on the season. Obviously, it went a little bit crazy towards the end where we had players like Bronos getting 1 million arena points, but for the most part, you had a direct representation of the amount of points you were on. It was very clear and easy to understand. If I got top 5, I gain this many points. If I get an elim, I gain this many. If I die, I lose this many. Very, very simple, easy to understand, and I think that was better. Now, I think for a proper actual ranked mode, it probably does need to be a little bit more complicated than that. You need to have a bit more of a system of, elims and placements and things like that, but for the most part, the simplicity of Arena was better. But the problem with ranked is it's more complicated, but it doesn't do anything. Like if you've ever actually played in a ranked lobby and felt like you have an equal level of skill as the other players, you're either running into AI, which I just have no idea why there needs to be AI in ranked. Surely at least in the higher ranks, for the most part, you'll just wait a little bit longer to get a better queue to verse better people. But for the most part, you will just run into literally Booga. You can be playing ranks in a decently high division, nothing crazy, you're not even Unreal, but you're around Unreal. You can queue in and verse Booga or any other pro. That is not really a good rank system. If I can verse literal AIs and Booga pretty much in the same lobby, it is not a proper ranked mode. So I think if we're gonna make ranking up more complicated, we're gonna have a whole bunch of divisions and it's gonna be, more competitive, then it needs to actually be more competitive. It either needs to be simple and fun and easy to understand, or if it's complicated, at least get the payoff for the complication of it actually being more competitive. Next up, now this is the big one. We need rewards. No one is ever going to get on Fortnite and play it day after day, grind it for nothing. Yes, for the fun of it, but then they'll just play anything else. Yes, we have tournaments on regularly throughout the week, and I think that's what Fortnite sees as the truly competitive mode of Fortnite. Jump in and play the Victory Cup or play the Do a Cash Cup, play a tournament, and that's where you have actual competitive lobbies with skill-based matchmaking based on your points to get up against equal players to your own skill level and to test yourself. And in a way, they are honestly right about this. The fact that Fortnite has open Cash Cups running almost every single day, and some of them are no longer region locked, this helps a lot for kind of making a competitive game mode. But at that point, then why do we have ranked? Up until recently, ranked and pubs were identical. They had the same loophole. You basically verse the same people. I've been arguing for the longest time, at least in my experience, I get better players in pubs than ranked, even when I'm in Unreal ranked. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of the times you just get a longer queue and a lot of people in ranked just run away and hide and play really boring. So a lot of the better mechanical players are actually playing in pubs. So for the most part, there was no difference, but we need some kind of reward if we're going to make a ranked mode and actually care about it. Otherwise, we might as well just have pubs. So ranked rewards, again, I've said this so many times, all Epic has to do is make a cool skin once a season and then have different variants of this based on your rank, and it actually gets better. We thought we were finally getting this. If you guys remember, I got so excited for the skin they brought out that was gonna have different edit styles, and then they just put it in the shop. You had to buy it and then you got the different style for it. And a lot of people argued that the lower ranked ones actually looked better, and they're honestly right. I feel like the styles need to actually level up and look cooler. And obviously it's kind of hard with skins, everyone has different taste, but when I play a lot of other ranked game modes, there are a lot of rewards that you get that just because of the flex of having the higher ranked is objectively better. And that's what we need to have. We need ranked to actually feel like a proper game mode that's worth grinding, have rewards that represent that, so people want to play properly and want to play. I do think ranked would need to have longer queue times to get good games. I know for you guys on EU or even some parts of NA Central, you probably hear queue times and think like, what is that? Like, I just don't experience queue times. I get straight in the game. That's half of the problem. If you look at a lot of the actual competitive games out there that a lot of people want the ranked modes model after, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant, they get decently high queue times at the highest rank because it takes a while to make an actually good lobby of equal skilled opponents. And I think that's okay. Fortnite players don't like dealing with queue times. I get that. But then just go play pubs. Like, ranked doesn't have to be the only option. We need to actually make ranked competitive for it to be worth it as a game mode. Otherwise, there's no point having it. So yes, maybe you don't want to get super long queue times. Maybe you don't want to play with the super competitive items. Maybe you don't want to verse a bunch of sweats. Don't play ranked then. go play pubs. There's other options. We need to make ranked actually different to public lobbies. On top of the longer queue times to actually get good games, we need demotion. You need a way to actually demote out of your rank, and it needs to mean something. That's one of the crazy things about playing other games. You get to a high rank and you want to hold on to it, but if you don't play and you just start AFKing, you'll decay back down. So you have to play a game, but you really got to be locked in. You got to stay on top of your game, and it makes the grind for the top of the ladder at the end of the season a really big deal. If you look at other games like League of Legends, they have these public leaderboards and people really want to get higher on them, and it's a massive flex to be up there. We need demotion to make that matter. We also need it because I want proper ranked tournaments. No, I don't want the ranked cups. I don't understand why these exist. They are for the most part pointless. Without a prize pool, again, people are playing for nothing. You don't even actually rank up from the tournament like the old hype nights, where at least if you place highly, you got arena points, which you could say meant something. You know, it was just cool to have a bigger number, but we need actual proper tournaments that are hard to get into based on your ranks. Yes, you currently need like gold to play in cash cups, but let's be honest, most people just get that within a few days if they're decent and then stop playing for the rest of the season because they don't care. I want at least once or twice a season a proper tournament that only allows the top ranked players to play in it, so it's actually worth grinding for. And if you can demote, it means you can't just get there and then sit there. You're gonna have to keep playing to stay there if you want to play in these proper tournaments. It would create a way bigger grinding mentality around ranked, and it really wouldn't cost that much money for this. Again, ranked should be a game mode that people are jumping in every day, queues are popping off with something to do. Right now, if you want to practice for Fortnite tournaments, the only options you really have is playing creative to practice your mechanics, and if you want to get better at the game, you've got to play scrims. But these are all third-party systems. You have to join the Discord, you have to know someone, you have to get in, you have to hope you don't get banned because you accidentally killed an admin. You know what I mean? It's not a great system, and I feel like Fortnite, for a game who likes to make everything open and accessible for people, I thought they'd put a bigger effort into the ranked modes. There's actually something to grind day on day. Now, I need to mention again, like I said towards the start of the video, I don't think making a ranked mode in Fortnite is easy, and I honestly think Fortnite missed their opportunity. I said this right when ranked mode came out. If the best chance they had for a proper ranked mode is you need to make people believe it's a good ranked mode. Have you ever played scrims or played in a tournament where, you know, all of a sudden everyone goes in thinking it's good, few people say it's bad, and because they say it's bad, people play worse, which makes it bad, and then it becomes bad. It's very self-fulfilling prophecy. The same thing happens with Fortnite lobbies. If you make people truly believe that ranked is good and you give them a reason to grind, they will take it seriously because there's actual rewards, and then they will be good games. Because Fortnite went from arena to ranked, where they actually got to tell people, hey, this isn't arena anymore, it's serious. Because towards the end of arena, no one was taking it seriously. That's why I don't get this understanding that everyone says, oh, arena was so much better, bro. We loved arena. Arena was great. No, you didn't. I saw you guys in my comments. I saw you in my Twitch chat. Everyone was saying arena is terrible towards the end and they want a proper ranked mode. Fortnite then had the chance to do this where they changed the name, they added a bunch of divisions. If they came out of the gate swinging with cool cosmetics, an actual ranked tournament that was worth grinding for, demotion, a proper system, people would have been like, damn, this is gonna be good. They would have taken it seriously and it would have been good. So I do think there is an element of Epic's almost missed their opportunity, and if they're going to properly fix ranked, they need a complete overhaul of the game mode and do it all again so people have a fresh start on it. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't know if they're going to do that, and I do have to say, just having the loot pool be different between pubs and ranked already gives it a purpose now, because there are so many people who have quit the game this season because they're just sick of running into cars, they're sick of getting punched by Nitro Fist, and they just want to play regular Fortnite. If ranked was split a lot earlier in the season, I think the player base would be way higher. So just for that purpose alone, I really hope Epic at least keep the loot pool split between pubs and ranked. It just makes so much sense. I don't know anyone who likes the loot pool being the same between pubs and ranked, because it just doesn't really make any sense on any level. So I hope Epic stays the same. I hope they do something about the rank mode in the future, but do I think they actually will? Honestly, sadly, no.